That's my word. Get up in their face. Talk your shit. Let your nuts drag, nigga. These niggas just running at they fucking mouth, man. Follow protocol, blood. Get in they fucking chest, nigga. We the fucking mob, nigga. These niggas bleed different. We don't bleed, nigga. We make niggas bleed, blood. Treyway.
These niggas said it hurted me, I ain't heard of you. Get the fuck up on my fucking face before I murder you. Bitch niggas always drinking blood, but I know they fool. Whole squad full of fucking killers, I'm a killer too. Set it shot, nigga. Everybody get pop, nigga. The nigga run, nigga. We set it shot, nigga. 6-9 this and 6-9 that. Niggas on my dick and on my yak. These niggas looking for me, you can hit my jack. I done drop my address, yeah, know it's 6-9 that. I'll flog you. Nah, to his back like he Bongo. Not nice with the fucking chopper. Pop him. Scope on the nigga who shot ya. Drop him. Somebody call his fucking doctor. Kick up in the pussy, bet that she get gushy. She want the whole game, bustin' on little pussy. I watch the drip while I get my dick licked. Little sick bitch, lick it on my dick tip. She a freak hoe, fucker, she on beast mode. Arch your back, put your hands on your knees, ho. I'm on beast mode, shoot you through your peephole. Said he won't smoke, I don't really see it though. These niggas said it hurted me, I ain't heard of you. Get the fuck up on my fucking face before I murder you. Bitch niggas always drinking blood, but I know they fool. Whole squad full of fucking killers, I'm a killer too. Said it shot, nigga. Everybody get pop, nigga. The nigga run, nigga. We said it shot, nigga.
Ain't nobody bringing these bees. Look at this shit.
What the fuck is good, stream? Welcome back. We're gonna have a fucking good stream this time, bruh. Let's get it. So I went ahead and did my research, found a few fucking interesting videos to watch. Let's go down the fucking list, hit them up, bang them out, and let's get right into it. Hope you guys are having a good day. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. No few of you guys are in here. Let's get it, and let's go. Alright. So first video we have right here, Enoch, the Book of Secrets. So I recently found this guy, Yo Mike's, and he's actually been blowing up, I'm not gonna lie. So what he does is he does basically a bunch of theory videos on the Bible. This one just came out, thought it would be interesting to watch. I'm gonna watch it anyways, might as well watch it on stream. So let's get right into it, enough talking.
In Genesis, the Bible actually tells us that Enoch was taken. If you remember in Genesis, the Bible actually tells us that Enoch was taken up to heaven. He never actually died.
Shout out God.
Well, I found this most interesting book, and it's all about his journey into heaven.
Yup, Enoch did not die, he was taken by God. Wait up, what was that verse? Go back to that verse.
He died. Well, I found.
And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him.
This most interesting book, and it's all about his journey into heaven.
Oh yeah.
Now the latest versions of the story are written in this old kind of English. So with the help of ChatGPT, I've translated it into a much more understandable version. This is the Book of Secrets translated into modern English.
I mean,
once upon a time, there lived a man named Enoch. And it all started while he was resting.
The story had been rephrased and shortened. This video is for entertainment purposes only, of course, because how the hell are you going to interpret the Bible using ChatGPT? What the fuck is that kind of dumb shit? The Book of Secrets, or like, you know what I mean? You're using a devil software to interpret a godly scripture. Obviously, it's going to be interpreted wrong. The Book of Secrets or any other apocryphal text should not be treated as scripture. Mike. I could disagree.
In his sleep, he felt a great distress, weeping without understanding why. Suddenly, these two men appeared, who were larger than any man on earth. Their faces shone like the sun, eyes burning bright with light, with wings brighter than gold. Standing at his bed, they called Enoch by name. The men reassured him, saying the eternal God had sent them. Enoch would ascend to heaven with them that day. The angels carried him on their wings, lifting him to the first heaven and setting him on the clouds. I gazed upwards and saw the ether. They positioned me on the first heaven and revealed a vast sea, greater than any sea on earth. They presented to me the elders and the leaders of the heavenly orders, revealing 200 angels who govern the stars and provide their services to the heavens. They revealed to me the treasure house of the dew, resembling olive oil.
Apparently those depicted angels, this is a cherubim. It's one of supposed to be one of God's highest order of angels.
Treasure house of the dew, resembling olive oil. Many angels guarded these treasure houses. Those individuals then took me and led me up to the second heaven. They showed me a darkness more profound than any earthly darkness. There I witnessed prisoners suspended, perpetually wailing throughout all hours. I inquired with the men besides me. They replied, "These are God's apostates, who disobeyed God's commands and turned away with their prince, now confined in the fifth heaven." I felt a great pity for them. They greeted me and said, "Man of God, pray for us to the Lord." But I responded, "Who am I, a mortal, to pray for angelic spirits? Who will pray for me?" The men then took me to the third heaven, where I beheld a unprecedented goodness of...
I didn't even understand that. What the fuck? What was the second heaven?
Those individuals then took me and led me up to the second heaven.
Like a hell?
They showed me a darkness more profound than any earthly darkness. There I witnessed prisoners suspended, perpetually wailing throughout all hours.
Oh.
I inquired with the men besides me. They replied, "These are God's apostates, who disobeyed God's commands and turned away with their prince, now confined in the fifth heaven." I felt a great pity for them. They greeted me and said, "Man of God, pray for us to the Lord." But I responded, "Who am I, a mortal, to pray for angelic spirits? Who will pray for me?"
Looks like a Jedi, bruh.
The men then took me to the third heaven,
Damn.
where I beheld a unprecedented goodness of produce. In the center stood the tree of life, an unexplainably good and fragrant tree. It had a golden, vermilion, fire-like appearance, covering everything and bearing fruits of all kinds. Paradise exists between corruptibility and incorruptibility. The righteous who endure offenses, those who walk faultlessly before the Lord, for them, this place is prepared for an eternal inheritance.
Fire.
The men then led me to the northern side, revealing a dreadful place with various tortures. It was dark and unilluminated, with this constant fire. The entire area was filled with fire, but also frost, ice. Angels with angry weapons inflicting severe torture. After witnessing this horror, the men explained that this place is prepared for those who dishonor God.
Fuck. That's...
For those people is this place prepared as an eternal inheritance.
Not gonna lie, after reading the book of Enoch, I was way scared of God. Bro, what the hell? You hearing this shit, bro? I would not want to fucking disobey God if I knew that's where I was going, bro.
The men then led me to the fourth heaven, revealing the successive movements and rays of light of the sun and moon. I observed their movements, compared their lights, and noted that the sun's light is greater than the moon's. It has no rest, continuously moving day and night. During the day, 15 myriads of angels attend to it, and at night, 1,000 angels. I witnessed other flying elements of the sun and named phoenixes and shelkadri. They are 900 measures in size, having wings like angels and accompanying the sun. The men then escorted me to the fifth heaven and stationed me there. I beheld numerous and innumerable soldiers known as the Grigori, appearing human but of immense stature, surpassing even the great giants back on Earth. Their faces were withered, their mouths were eternally silent, and there was no service conducted at all in the fifth heaven. So I questioned those men with me. Why do those beings appear to be so withered, so melancholic, and why do they maintain such a perpetual silence? These are the Grigori, who were led by their prince, Satan, and rebelled against the Lord of Light. After they fell, some were confined to the great darkness in the second heaven. 3 of them descended to earth, specifically to Mount Hermon, violating their vows. They beheld the daughters of man, were enticed by their beauty and took them as wives, fostering great evil. God, in his judgment, decreed a severe consequence upon them, and they will face punishment on the Lord's day. So now they lament for their brethren. Immediately after this, those men transported me to the sixth heaven, where I observed 7 bands of angels, radiant and glorious. Each of their faces shined more than the sun. They regulate the celestial orders and ensure the proper governance of the world. In the face of wrongdoing, they issue commandments and instructions to counteract them. You see, these are the archangels who oversee life in heaven and on earth. These angels engaged in this sweet and resonant singing, offering praises to the Lord. To describe their singing is beyond comprehension. Those 2 men then elevated me to the 7th heaven, where I beheld an immensely bright light. There were archangels, incorporeal forces, dominions, orders, and governments. There were cherubim, seraphim, thrones, and many-eyed beings, forming 9 regiments known as the Ionate Stations of Light. I trembled at this sight. The men reassured me, saying, "Be courageous, Enoch, do not fear." They then showed me the Lord from a distance, seated on his exceedingly high throne. All the celestial troops would assemble and stand on these 10 steps according to their rank. They would then bow down to the Lord and return to their places with joy and happiness, singing songs in this boundless light.
Hell yeah.
In gentle voices, they sing before the Lord, "Holy, holy, the heavens and earth are full of your glory." As I witnessed these celestial scenes, the men who accompanied me said, "Enoch, this is as far as we can go with you." And then they left, and I never saw them again after that. Alone, at the end of the 7th heaven, fear overcame me, and I fell flat on my face. Then the Lord sent the glorious archangel Gabriel to comfort me. He said, "Have courage, Enoch. Do not fear. Come with me." Troubled, I replied within myself, "My Lord, my soul has left me due to terror and trembling." But Gabriel swiftly lifted me up like a leaf caught in the wind and placed me right before the Lord's face. There, I saw the 8th heaven, known in Hebrew as Muzaloth, which is responsible for changing seasons, drought, wetness, and the 12 constellations. Beyond, I glimpsed into the 9th heaven, which is called Kushevim in Hebrew. This realm is the heavenly home of the 12 constellations. On the 10th heaven, known as Aravath, I witnessed the appearance of the Lord's face, resembling iron heated in fire, emitting sparks and burning. In that fleeting moment of eternity, I beheld the Lord's face, indescribable, marvelous, and terribly fearsome. Who am I to describe the unspeakable being of the Lord and his wondrous face? His immutable beauty is beyond description, and who can express the indescribable greatness of his glory? Overwhelmed, I fell prone and bowed down before the Lord, who spoke to me with his lips.
Have courage, Enoch. Do not fear. Arise and stand before my face into eternity.
And then the archangel Michael lifted me up and led me before the Lord's face. The Lord addressed his servants, testing them.
Let Enoch stand before my face into eternity.
The angels bowed down and said, "Let Enoch go according to your word." The Lord instructed Michael,
Go, take Enoch from his earthly garments, anoint him with my sweet ointment, and clothe him in the garments of my glory.
Michael followed the Lord's instructions, anointing and dressing me. When I looked at myself, I was transformed into one of his glorious ones.
The fuck? That's how it ends?
Instructions, anointing and dressing me. When I
Enoch from his earthly garments, anoint him with my sweet ointment, and clothe him in the garments of my glory.
Michael followed the Lord's
what's up with these
instructions,
stupid monsters? Do these not
anointing
work?
and dressing me.
I swear, I've tried
When I
so
looked
many
at
and I still
myself,
fall asleep. What the fuck going on?
I was transformed
I ain't trying to fucking fall
into
asleep.
one of his
Just get it.
glorious ones.
I shaved my face. I think this should look nice. I'm not gonna lie. I think I look fresh as fuck again. Holy shit. Alright. Betty Otrusha. That was a good video, right? I'm not gonna lie. This shit inspired me. I'm gonna read the Book of Enoch again. This is from 2 Enoch, which is the second book of Enoch. I shortened the Book of Secrets. I shortened the story for entertainment purposes, but for those who are curious about how it continues. Enoch comes back down to earth and drops off this book filled with everything he witnessed in heaven. Then he returns to heaven. Fuck, that's fire. Good shit, bro. Alright. So what we had next in mind, what the fuck did we have next in mind? Let's see, what did I put the Book of Enoch, then Spongebob Theory, or should we watch BayBlade? Spongebob Theory or BayBlade? I'm gonna do BayBlade just because the other video is a 30-minute video and this is a 10-minute video, so we're gonna do this. But right before, I do have to go ahead and get some, you know what I'm talking about, about to go get another brewski, a little talk can, you know what I mean? Right before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some. I'll put this 1-minute video of Fusi giving motivation to us.
Damn, how can you tell that?
Yo, Fusi, I've been watching you on YouTube since 2012 when you were FauciTube, bro. You really helped me out in dark times and having to work a lame job all day, so I started my own YouTube and kick trying to get the bag. What is your advice, bro? G7 will I.
Man, I can't give you advice that I'm not taking myself, because if I was going to give you advice, it would be advice that I'm taking myself, but it would be connect with the audience that you have right now. So whoever's watching you right now, connect with them and like get to know them. Shout out their usernames, know who they are, talk to them. That's what I used to do. I used to know everybody in my chat, like. And you gotta shout people out. You gotta actually, like, you gotta know who they are. You don't know how many people you made.
Let's get it. Just in time. It took me 1 minute. Hey, shout out to Fusi, man. Out here motivating his own fucking followers, bro. That's G7 fucking mindset right there. Let's get it. What is BayBlade even about? This video just blew up a few days ago. Got recommended. As you can see, this dude only has 15k subscribers. I'll go ahead and subscribe, you know what I mean? Get him a little, get him a little clouded up. and 480k views. So let's go ahead and watch this. I'm not gonna lie, I used to play with Beyblades when I was small. Put them in the fucking arena, and I thought they were pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I didn't really watch the anime a little bit, you know what I mean? Beyblade, let it fucking rip. Let's get into it.
Yo, if you've been on TikTok or Twitter for the past week or two, there's no way you haven't ran into one of the Beyblade videos by now.
Beyblade was not that serious. Motherfuckers blew up a meteor with spinning tops.
They got sent into space to blow up a meteor. For what reason, you might ask? Who the fuck knows? And each one of them gets funnier and funnier from the last. I seen a nigga summon a demon from the Ender portal with one of them bitches. That shit was OD, bro. I seen a nigga get ran down and jumped with a Beyblade. Now, if you were born anywhere from 1998 to 2004, Beyblades was your childhood. You grew up off of these. We was in the school bathroom in 4th grade. And if niggas didn't bring their stadium to school, we was shooting the Beyblades like dice on the bathroom ground, just on some nasty shit. Niggas had dookie residue on the tips of the Beyblades, but we didn't give a fuck. It was for the love of the game. I treated my Beyblade like a pet. We was dead ass boxing our Beyblades on some Mike Vick shit. What actually was Beyblade about? I just want to know the plot of this shit.
We would like you to come with us quietly, please. But we'll take you with us by force if we have to.
Bro, they got them bitches aimed at his noggin. Them niggas shit got a laser on it. These are not Beyblades, these are Glocks. Yo, they are not clean. Hey, they asses is not clean. They did that shit in succession like they was clean as a bitch. Y'all niggas is weak as hell. I don't even want to mention who they're fucking with right now, but these fodder ass niggas are cooked. This nigga right here was the original demon. He was Sukuna before Sukuna. I ain't gonna lie, I was in 3rd grade scared as fuck at this nigga. Tsubasa being my first introduction to schizophrenic niggas is the funniest shit ever. Niggas shooting tops with middle schoolers, bro. Come handle this Waffle House application.
You feel so much better.
This is a little too much for me. It's just not funny, to be honest, but let's see where this video goes.
Tsubasa was a real deal geeker. Bro was geeking out like it was a Green Goblin mask in his ear. It was nobody in that window.
Here I come, Kiyoya! Good! The real showdown starts now!
Take a good look at these two clowns. These niggas are not in the ring. Why are you beat up? And that's when I knew these was some real ass niggas, cause they feel everything they Beyblades feel. Pegasus in that ring boxing, I know it feel like a 2-piece to this nigga. Yo, get y'all freak asses on and let the Beyblades box.
That was my mouse. That's the motherfucking person who made the video's mouse.
Behold, the most unserious
Brother
niggas
couldn't
ever.
fucking
Man,
take
stand
the
y'all
fucking
asses
mouse
up and
out the
scrap like
fucking
real niggas. Nigga like
frame.
me would come in that ring, pick both the tops up and make these niggas box. Did he fuck the nigga? What did he do to that nigga? Yo, what did he do to this nigga? Yo, they gotta close their mouths. What the fuck did they just do to this nigga?
Then there is no reason why I should not be able to overcome it. Through rigorous training,
Did this nigga just shoot his Beyblade into the depths of hell?
that fragment of a star originally held for the first time.
I'm not gonna lie,
So
this dude is not really explaining what the fuck Beyblade is. So I think I'm fucking out of here, bro. Not gonna lie, I think I'm fucking out of here. Alright, let's get it.
That SpongeBob is a kitchen sponge. We all know that SpongeBob is a kitchen sponge living in a pineapple
The Sponge Nom Theory. Let's get it.
under the sea, having an occupation of fry cooking at the Krusty Krabs for a crustaceous cheapskate, and well known for his obsession with jellyfishing. But there are some secrets that SpongeBob has kept at the back of his brain and locked away from the public. Like, who was SpongeBob before episode 1? What's his connection with Mr. Krabs in his earlier days? These are questions that never came across the mind of SpongeBob fans. Get ready for the Sponge Nam Theory.
The dress code.
Despite everyone having the opinion of SpongeBob being an average Joe like you and I, he might have actually been part of a war.
Not gonna lie, SpongeBob to me, part of my childhood. I used to watch this shit every single day. Every single day. I'm sure everyone knows that fucking infamous fucking scene where they're in the fucking marching band or whatever the fuck. They pop out the motherfucking thing onto the stage. And then SpongeBob's just like, dun, 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 dun. I think it's Patrick on the piano, and then SpongeBob's like, da, 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 da. That shit is fucking clean. I'm not gonna lie. Probably best episode SpongeBob ever made. Couldn't get better than that. Maybe the campfire song. That shit is fire too.
That took place in Bikini Bottom a long time ago. But before we talk about this war, there are a handful of questions and concerns that should be addressed. What makes SpongeBob similar to a military troop? Soldiers are famous for having a strict schedule where they're required to wake up at a particular time, have a morning routine, a fitness session, and sleep at a designated time. If you really think about it, I'm practically describing the life of SpongeBob. You see, he consistently gets up at either 6 or 7 o'clock on the dot, giving him time to get ready for work. He adds a strict physical exercise session in the morning, incorporates nightly motivational exercises right after work.
I think I'll skip my nightly motivational exercises and go straight to bed.
And finally goes to sleep at 9 p.m. Speaking of sleeping and waking up, have you ever noticed SpongeBob has one of the most unusual alarm clocks in the whole Bikini Bottom? Unlike SpongeBob, other fish have your standard beeping alarm clock. This could indicate SpongeBob cannot wake up to any other alarm clock. He literally mentioned that in a previous episode called Broken Alarm.
My old foghorn clock was the only alarm clock that could wake me up. Sure hope one of these works.
But the real question is, why can't he wake up to any other alarm clock? What's so special about his foghorn? Why is it the only thing that can wake him up? The foghorn is meant to be as loud as heavy artillery to stimulate a fight or flight response. This response is what allows soldiers to prepare for enemies. Not just that, but many veterans that suffer from PTSD have problems in their circadian rhythm, which prevents them from feeling sleepy at bedtime and being active in the daytime. The most effective way to wake up soldiers and veterans is the military bugle wake-up call.
Shut up, Family
This is
Guy.
also used to improve their assembling speed. Although the foghorn sounds different from the reveille, it seems to have a similar effect on SpongeBob's day as it prepares SpongeBob to start his morning routine. Here's something interesting. In many episodes, we see SpongeBob marching down the streets saying, "I'm ready," on his way to work.
I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready!
It's a running gag that the TV show enjoys using. SpongeBob is saying this out of fear of getting eliminated in the army. Many soldiers are punished if not prepared for war or fail to comprehend military policies. Now obviously SpongeBob is not currently in the military, but it looks like a symptom of PTSD. SpongeBob has probably gone through so much trauma that he must inform everyone in the world that he is disciplined. We first see the I'm ready phase and formal marching in season 1 episode 1, Help Wanted, a classic episode showcasing SpongeBob applying for a position at the Krusty Krab. This episode seems to highlight everything that proves SpongeBob as a war veteran, almost as if the showrunners wanted to indirectly set this as a first impression of SpongeBob. Something else soldiers are strictly required to have is their name tag on their uniform at all times. SpongeBob shows a similar attitude towards a name tag at work. This can be seen in season 3 episode 18, Missing Identity, which opens with SpongeBob taking a trip down memory lane about losing his name tag. In the flashback, a customer points out his missing name tag and SpongeBob freaks out, throwing a tantrum over nothing.
Well, you really should be wearing a name tag.
I am in fact wearing a name tag. Huh?
After his weird flashback, he finds out the barista is wearing the wrong name tag, which causes great confusion.
Thanks, Betty.
Sweetie, I'm not Betty. I just borrowed a uniform while mine's at the cleaners.
Why on earth would SpongeBob care about this that much? Well, he is austere. Too austere that if something is not in order, he suffers a panic attack as a side effect of PTSD. Similar to a woman with OCD entering a messy room. When folks join the military, they are always
Really? Is that even... What? This was getting deep. What the fuck? He did his research.
Expected to follow a strict rule where if they disobey, the consequences get really ugly. SpongeBob has been through enough trauma that even a little bit of disorder would destroy his confidence. And watch this. When we take a detailed look at SpongeBob's name tag, it doesn't really look like a fast food name tag where you usually find the establishment logo, but just his name over an anchor. But if you look at a troop's name tag, you hardly see anything but the name. His name tag definitely has a connection to his old veteran days. But what really astonished me was the fact that Mr. Krabs said this.
There's gonna be a surprise uniform inspection in 1 hour.
Surprise uniform inspection.
Anyone who doesn't pass gets the boot.
Anyone who doesn't get the holy crap, this motherfucker is threatening SpongeBob with Squidward. SpongeBob finally finds the name tag, and towards the end of the episode we see solid proof that SpongeBob is treated like a soldier. But we will come back to that in a little bit. Remember the joyful moments when SpongeBob sings such beautiful songs? Of course you do.
Yeah.
SpongeBob's singing is always excessive. But want to know something dark? His songs sound awfully similar to how military soldiers sing while marching, fighting, or playing Journeys. And if you have been paying attention to the episode Pizza Delivery, you can see SpongeBob singing while making the delivery.
The Krusty Krab pizza
Is the pizza for you and me. The
This is something the military practices when they prepare for war, and the episode Band Geeks depicts this very well. If you missed out on the episode, what are you doing? Anyways, it's an episode about SpongeBob organizing Bikini Bottom to perform Sweet Victory at the Super Bowl. The lyrics that SpongeBob sings is about being a winner, and you can already imagine he is talking about his military life. SpongeBob also chooses to wear the exact same clothes in every episode, similar to military troops in boot camp. Now I know what you're thinking, doesn't everyone in Bikini Bottom wear the exact same clothes every time? And it may be true, but what makes SpongeBob's clothes unique is that they are super formal, from the tie to the suit to the freaking dress shoes. While there might be a once in a blue moon exception, he usually prefers to wear this at every location, from fry cooking to jellyfishing. He's even seen wearing his uniform in bed in some episodes.
Sweet dreams, Gary.
Why exactly is this the case? Many veterans are seen wearing their uniform in honor of the dead soldiers and people who served before them. And this is exactly why SpongeBob could be wearing it most of the time. I suspect SpongeBob has lost a friend at war, resulting in PTSD, and the only way to cope is to show respect through his uniform. But maybe I'm stretching this theory a bit too much. Nope, no. There's somebody SpongeBob talks about quite rarely, and that character is long dead. His way to cope with his tragic death is to preserve his friend's life in a bottle of soap and water. I'm talking about Bubble Buddy. In Season 2, Episode 3, we first meet Bubble Buddy when SpongeBob felt lonely and needed someone to hang out with. He thought of creating a new friend. Now I know what you're saying. If Bubble Buddy was one of his old friends, then what explains the fact that SpongeBob literally just made him? And you might have a point, but I'm gonna contradict that real quick. If Bubble Buddy really was a new friend, how did SpongeBob know so much about him? I mean, it's not like we saw them communicate throughout most of the episode. SpongeBob seems to have a mental blueprint of all of Bubble Buddy's preferences, like knowing he is lactose intolerant.
Bubble Buddy's lactose intolerant. He can't eat cheese.
Loves bendy straws.
Bubble Buddy likes bendy straws.
And his exact patty order.
He doesn't like the crust. The ketchup should be under the patty. The pickle should be on the left side.
SpongeBob knows Bubble Buddy more than a mother would of her son. This is a little too much information SpongeBob learned in just one episode. I believe Bubble Buddy was an old friend of SpongeBob's that died during the war, and the only way for SpongeBob to cope is to use his imagination to preserve the memory of his late friend. No matter how much people try to convince SpongeBob of Bubble Buddy not existing, he refuses to accept it. Some veterans act in a similar way when they fall into PTSD and are unable to control their emotions. No matter what Bikini Bottom says about Bubble Buddy, he was indeed a real fish at one point and died a hero. Rest in peace.
Part 2 War Buddies. Fucking watch this.
When we take a look at Krusty Krab episodes, we see a strong bond between SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs, almost like a father-son bond.
This kitchen's not the same without you.
Is it possible that these two had a connection way before the first episode of the TV show? The episode Help Wanted clearly illustrates that SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs had a history together in the war, and I have evidence to support this claim. Take a look at how SpongeBob greets Mr. Krabs for the first time.
Permission to come aboard, Captain!
Captain! What? You can't say I'm making this up. SpongeBob also seems to take orders from Mr. Krabs
He
no matter
did.
how ridiculous they get.
What the
Join me,
fuck?
boy, or you're fired. Now
This
go
was
get
been
me some
fast.
jellyfish. And remember, the wildest story ever.
And he somehow managed to get the hydrodynamic spatula, which seemed like something Squidward and Mr. Krabs made up right on the spot.
Did someone order a spatula? That's right. One hydrodynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments. And let's not forget the turbo drive.
I believe SpongeBob was trained in boot camp to follow all orders from the authoritative figure or there would be dire consequences. So much so that in Season 4, Episode 9, SpongeBob was compliant enough to turn a bunch of car parts into a rocket just to impress Sergeant Roderick. He is so well trained that he has developed a verbal tic, almost like a reflex when answering questions from the captain.
Go out and fetch me hydrodynamic spatula.
Aye, Captain. One hydrodynamic spatula coming right up, sir.
Fear of a Krabby Patty was an episode about SpongeBob going
Fucking
through
headset
intense
was dying.
mental conditions after a non-stop shift at the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob
Damn, you
later
can really
went
see the
through
cable on the camera.
hallucinations
Holy
and
shit.
tics similar to how soldiers suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. One of the symptoms are depicted in a scene in episode 1, where he says, "I'm ready" constantly.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
This
I'm
could
ready.
be the
Going
PTSD
steady.
symptoms
Niggas talking shit
of
cause they know I
something
got the
that occurred
fetty.
in the war.
Fetty.
It is theorized
When
that
I got the
SpongeBob was not ready
Glock,
during the
shoot you
war,
in your
which
cock.
led to tragedy, and possibly got him kicked out of the army. So SpongeBob constantly uses this line to inform everyone this time he is actually ready. The trauma was so deep that he still reflects to his previous days. Just take a look at this scene and tell me what you think.
I want to live. I want to live.
We see SpongeBob screaming for his life. This is when his delusion occurs. He mistakes the customers for enemies and begs, "I want to live." He also has a tendency of being very polite to everybody in Bikini Bottom, addressing them as sir or ma'am.
There you are, sir.
Hey, do you sell food here?
Yes, sir.
And he especially cares about the elderly.
Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience.
Soldiers are taught all this in boot camp. You can't tell me this is far-fetched. Have you guys ever noticed SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs' relationship? It is almost as strong as a father and son bond. Just by the way they talk to each other gives us an idea of the level of proximity between this pair. Mr. Krabs always calls SpongeBob boy, lad, or even son.
Just stand aside, lad. You're fine, me boy.
SpongeBob addresses Eugene with phrases and words such as aye aye captain, ahoy, and sir, almost as if Mr. Krabs is a sergeant. And there is a lot of evidence that Mr. Krabs took part in the military. I mean, at this point, it's a dead giveaway that Mr. Krabs served the Navy as Armor Up Krabs as depicted in Season 4, Episode 1, Shell of a Man, where Mr. Krabs was awarded a Manly Toughness Trophy. And all his Navy buddies are aware of Mr. Krabs' position. In this episode, SpongeBob is just minding his own business and all of a sudden, Mr. Krabs takes him to his hidey hole where they dig up his Navy chest. Mr. Krabs reveals his old treasures from his past to SpongeBob, which doesn't sound right. Why on earth would he tell all his secrets to a kid? I mean, Mr. Krabs is a very intellectual creature loaded with knowledge,
SpongeBob
so it
is a
seems a
kid?
bit stupid that he would be
The fuck?
comfortable to share his secrets. Unless
Thought he was a grown man.
SpongeBob was supposed to know all of this. In the entire Bikini Bottom, Mr. Krabs only showed SpongeBob and refused to reveal these treasures to anybody else. You may rationalize that SpongeBob is trusted because he's been working at the Krusty Krab for a long time, and that's cool and all, but that's bullshit. Squidward, who has been working much longer than SpongeBob, wasn't shown the treasures. This is what you call trust. Mr. Krabs places all his trust in SpongeBob. If you don't know already, trust plays a very important role in the military, keeping everyone united like
the guy
family.
who made this video
is
is good.
exactly what SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs had in the military. In one of the later episodes, Krabs revealed that he worked as a chief janitor on the SS Gourmet and head chef on the SS Diarrhea.
I thought you said you were the head chef on the SS Gourmet. Did I say that? I cleaned the bathrooms on the Gourmet. I was the head chef on the SS Diarrhea.
This just shows that Mr. Krabs had a connection in the military at some point. Apparently, one of SpongeBob's other friends was in the military. Mr. Krabs revealed that Patrick was a captain at one point during the war, but he doesn't seem like the type considering his low level of intelligence. I strongly believe that Mr. Krabs took Patrick's position after he left the Navy and right after hired SpongeBob. In Season 3, Episode 10, the Krusty Krab training video, the narrator explained that Mr. Krabs fell into an endless deep depression after the war.
After the war, Krabs stayed secluded in a deep depression that seemed endless.
Not only does it show that Mr. Krabs was a Navy captain, but also illustrates how he coped with his depression. Listen to this.
Then his luck changed when he acquired a bankrupt retirement home. The Krusty Krab was born.
His luck changed after establishing the Krusty Krab. According to this episode, the Krusty Krab saved Mr. Krabs from this endless depression, and I'm positive this brought improvements into SpongeBob's life by soothing his mental disorders from the war. No matter how low he gets paid by Mr. Krabs and how much verbal abuse is taken, he still prefers to work there, suggesting that this is the one thing that keeps SpongeBob going. You could argue that he just has a passion for fry cooking, but I believe the real reason is his loyalty for the strict and disciplined environment at the Krusty Krab. The Krusty Krab is unique for its military style of operating. I mean, they get yelled at constantly.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Squidward? SpongeBob, get out here!
Required to wear name tags at all times and keep everything organized. SpongeBob is a natural perfectionist and feels comfortable in this environment as if he was once part of the Navy. And have you ever noticed something about the way Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob dress? I mean, characters in the episode have no specific style of dressing. They pretty much wear everything they can find. Patrick wears shorts, Squidward wears a shirt, and Plankton, well, he wears nothing, but the point is that these two men are one of the only people to wear
Plankton literally just walks around butt-ass naked. I just noticed that. What the fuck?
attire. I mean, we do see people throughout Bikini Bottom wearing suits and boots, but it probably matches their job description. SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs are laid back and don't really need to dress like professionals. How many times do you walk into your local fast food restaurant and see employees wearing formal clothes? Chances are, never. I can guarantee these two have some connection in the war, which is why they prefer to dress like this.
Part 3, Bloody Fields. Fuck.
I'm sure 90% of SpongeBob fans can agree that SpongeBob is...
I'm not gonna lie, up until this point, this dude has been right on the dot. Like, he's pretty accurate. He's convinced me so far, I'm not gonna lie. Let's keep going, you know what I mean?
Kind-hearted and compassionate towards people in society. Ever since I
He's
rewatched
good.
all the
He's
previous
good.
SpongeBob episodes, I knew I was wrong. SpongeBob is capable of murder, and if I were to count the murders SpongeBob committed, I'd run out of fingers.
What?
Remember my mass murderer theory? In that theory, I did my best to prove SpongeBob being a mass murderer. It's really good, and you should check it out. But basically, Season 1, Episode 8, Sandy's rocket proves SpongeBob's war days. SpongeBob asked Sandy if he could accompany her to her space mission, and she said this.
No way, SpongeBob. Especially after your little mishap with my whirlybird.
Especially after a little mishap with my whirlybird. This scene displays a lot behind SpongeBob's past. We see a field full of tombstones. SpongeBob killed hundreds of people in Sandy's helicopter. I took a really deep search in this scene, and it all made sense to me. So the helicopter that SpongeBob flew was called the Whirlybird, and you know what? Bird is a military slang for helicopter. I'm telling you, these writers don't do stuff like this for no reason. So we all know SpongeBob killed many people in the helicopter accident, but after watching the entire episode, there is still more evidence supporting my claim. So after SpongeBob and Patrick thought they landed on the moon, they started alien hunting, and what really made me question the show was when SpongeBob was capable of capturing the entire Bikini Bottom without any emotions. In many episodes, SpongeBob is well known for his weak emotions preventing him from dissatisfying.
I remember watching that video that episode as a kid, and I never really thought about it like that, but he did literally capture all of fucking Bikini Bottom. Like, I actually remember that shit. That's crazy.
People despite
being
used by everyone. But in Sandy's rocket, there were no signs of emotion or guilt, suggesting that when SpongeBob was in the war, he was trained to remove all emotions just like soldiers out on war. The most common mental disorder corresponding to SpongeBob's behavior is bipolar disorder, which could explain SpongeBob's shift in behavior at a given moment. A lot of critics could still argue saying SpongeBob doesn't have any combat skills, and I expect that myself, but there are many instances in the TV show displaying solid proof of SpongeBob's skills in violence. For example, I'm sure if you've been watching SpongeBob for a while, you probably have an idea that SpongeBob engages in karate very often. Despite SpongeBob losing to Sandy most of the times, it shouldn't be overlooked that SpongeBob's karate skills are impressive and better than the average Bikini Bottom citizen. The episode Karate Choppers demonstrates SpongeBob's passion for karate. He basically falls in love with the sport to the point where he destroys the Krusty Krab, but his obsession was so strong that he got fired. This could tell us that SpongeBob must have trained during his army days and can't part with the hustle that kept him alive. Not only is SpongeBob good at karate, but he proved himself worthy by his capability of using various military equipment such as field telephones, turrets, and rifles. That's not all. I just realized if you take a close look at SpongeBob's band outfit, you can see it's all red, with yellow stars. Don't make me say it. SpongeBob could have
Russia?
possibly fought for
China?
China during the war, but let's ignore that fact and save it for another time. This last piece of evidence will blow your mind, and it's from Ben Geeks. At the halftime Super Bowl, we see Squidward and his band performing, and when
I need to say this before I get off topic. Do you guys know what Nickelodeon stands for? I seen this today in motherfucking my bad. I saw this today in Twitter, bruh. This is actually fucking ridiculous. Latin to English. Look at what Nickelodeon stands for, bruh. Oh. I praise God. Wait, how do you spell Nickelodeon? Fuck. Is that what that means? No, wait, that's what Nickelodeon means. Oh, okay. I spelled it wrong. Alright. Okay, I'm spelling it wrong. What the fuck? Nickel. Alright, what the fuck going on, bro? I'm doing this wrong somehow. How you spell Nickelodeon? There you go. Well, I'm not doing this right, but it's basically supposed to say, I don't praise God. I don't know how the fuck they did it, bruh. But you get the picture. For some reason, when I was first doing it, it was saying God. Now it's not. Now it's saying thank God. Well, you get the fucking picture. I'm not sure what the fuck. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, let's get back to the fucking video, bro. Maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe I'm on fucking crack or something. I swear, what the fuck. I mean, you just saw it. I basically did it. At first it said, I don't praise you. And then I did it the second way, and it said, thank God. So somehow I got the spelling wrong, but it should have combined to say, I don't praise God. That's basically what Nickelodeon means in Latin. And if you don't know, words cast spells. So when you speak it into reality. You're letting that energy out. And honestly, that's why they made the English language. The English language is called spelling for a reason. It's a perfect language to cast spells. And that's why a lot of the words derive from Latin, because Latin was basically the same thing. And yeah, so when you're saying Nickelodeon, that's basically what it means. It's basically you saying, I don't praise God. Fucking crazy, huh? I'm gonna stop saying it, because like I said, when you talk, you speak spells, bro. This shit is crazy, bro. You might think I'm tripping balls, but the world is crazier than we think, bro. That's all I'm saying. The world is crazier than we think. That's all I can say.
When I dissected the lyrics of the song, I noticed something quite unusual.
It's the thrill of one more kill. It's the thrill of one.
It's the thrill of one more kill. This single line complements all my previous points. SpongeBob has definitely killed someone in the past to know how satisfying it is to kill someone.
Yo, that is crazy. What the fuck? This is a kid's show and you fucking found someone and dug him dead? That is fucking insane. I never even thought about that as a kid, but why the fuck would they include that in a kid's show?
Military soldiers experience intense pleasure out in the fields after killing an opponent. It's also a bit surprising the writers would approve these lyrics for a kid's show. A question I'm still trying to figure out, where on earth did SpongeBob learn this?
Boot camp.
Still don't believe me? Hang on tight. So far we gathered up quite a lot of evidence supporting the fact that SpongeBob is a war veteran. But the only thing missing is his past. If only we had solid proof that SpongeBob attended military school as a child. Wait a minute. In 2021, Nickelodeon created a spin-off show called Camp Coral about a younger version of SpongeBob and his friends exploring the world during summer camp. I believe this whole spin-off was created for the sole purpose of a secret military camp. There are many clues around the show supporting this, like this picture. It seems like a poster tracking the campers' resilience. Many schools preach resilience to a certain degree, but to track it is another level. Soldiers in the field are required to keep fighting until they get down. There are many things that support the fact of Camp Coral being a military camp. In Season 1, Episode 1, we see Squidward playing the military reveille in the morning.
Should have told that annoying kid to play Reveille in the morning.
In the same episode, we also see Larry the Lobster running a fitness class for the children. That's nice. Wait a second! Look at Larry's outfit. This outfit has striking similarities to that of a Navy sailor outfit, with the sailor tie and white suit. What the hell? Also take a look at SpongeBob's room. We see a poster full of rules that are required at...
Number 1, don't something the junior counselor. Wash behind your fins. No sailor mouth. No late night laughter. All jazz must be smooth. Really do not disturb the junior counselor. This means you, SpongeBob.
At this summer camp. And these are fairly simple rules, such as not disturbing junior counselor, washing behind the fins, no sailor mouth. You know, simple rules. But the real question is, why is this summer camp so strict? I mean, it's a time when kids are out of school and need a break from long division and reading books. I believe SpongeBob's parents are behind this. You see, SpongeBob isn't really the sharpest tool in the shed. We constantly see him causing trouble and chaos at the camp. He seems to have a form of ADHD. Margaret and Harry must have sent him off to the military to discipline him. This explains why SpongeBob seems to show many improvements in his discipline as an adult. Did you also notice SpongeBob sleeping on a bunk bed? This is also something we see in barracks. And wait, well, look who we have here. It's Mr. Krabs. What did I tell you earlier? Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob have a history together. Mr. Krabs is the proprietor of the camp. He doesn't seem like having a major role in SpongeBob's development, but I believe he is secretly running this camp in a way that would turn this kid into a man. This is showcased at the end of episode 1, where he hands out saving a counselor from a monster badge to SpongeBob.
What you do get is a saving a counselor from a monster badge.
He was secretly trained to become a soldier and fight for Bikini Bottom through reinforcement.
The Krusty Krab?
The Krusty Krab has always been the pinnacle of all
How does the Krusty Krab tie into this?
restaurants in Bikini Bottom. Mr. Krabs runs the establishment and seems to have an extreme amount of control towards his employees. Almost like the military. I just talked about the episode Missing Identity and how it resembles to how the military operates. Mr. Krabs informs the employees that there is a surprise uniform inspection. Both SpongeBob and Squidward line up against the wall where Mr. Krabs stares the both of them down to make sure everything is in order. And I mean everything. He makes ridiculous requests such as telling Squidward to shave the hair on his nose.
Promise me you'll shave tonight, and you pass.
Notice SpongeBob's position of at attention with his perfect posture, straight knees, and palms facing inwards, unlike Squidward who is slouching, bending his knees, and positioning his palms incorrectly. This is a style troops are supposed to use to show respect to their leader. For further proof, in the Sponge Out of Water movie, Patrick revealed that working for Mr. Krabs means that you have to go to war whenever something goes wrong, and if you don't comply, he will fire you.
I just remembered. I don't work for Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs is looking for a loyal employee that would ride or die in the name of Team Krabs. He has probably mentioned this to SpongeBob before he got the job. Looks like we're done. Well, not quite. We still need to go over the secret formula.
The blood of the fucking
Krabby
fallen
Patty secret formula
enemies.
is the biggest conspiracy since season 1, episode 1. Mr. Krabs has been gatekeeping the formula ever since it came into existence.
Imagine if I'm right.
One of the
that'd be
biggest
crazy.
questions by far about the TV show is, what on earth is a Krabby Patty made of? There have been several attempts of Plankton trying to get his hands on the formula, and every single scheme failed. I believe the Krabby Patty secret formula is not the Krabby Patty secret formula. Okay, you're probably confused right now, but let me explain. The secret formula Mr. Krabs is protecting is disguised as a recipe of the Krabby Patty. Is it possible that the Krabby Patty secret formula is actually a metaphor for secret war plans? In season 1, episode 1, Friend or Foe, we were shown the Krabby Patty secret formula for a very brief time.
I'm taking the recipe and fixing it. No way, that recipe's mine.
But we didn't see enough information to make any conclusions. However, in Krabby Road,
I remember that episode. So basically how it started, Krabs and Plankton were friends, and then they separated. I mean, that was pretty simple. I mean, you could have gotten that from that fucking clip. So let me just shut the fuck up.
we were explicitly shown the Krabby Patty secret formula. The words on the list were kind of odd. It wasn't English or any other language. This is what I theorize. The words on the formula are ciphers that are used for extra protection to keep the secret, well, a secret. After World War I, soldiers increased the use of military-grade encryption to protect information from getting leaked. But these secrets were more critical. Not some burger recipe, but more like the dates of attacks and what weapons and vehicles were gonna be used. We know Plankton is the only person in Bikini Bottom to have an eye on the formula. Is it possible that Mr. Krabs and Plankton are in war with each other? This could make sense because we know that Plankton's real intentions are to rule the world, not have some Krabby Patty business. The New Leaf, another episode revolving around Plankton. It was just an ordinary episode of Plankton attempting to steal the formula, but I noticed something quite unusual at the very beginning of the episode. Plankton was waving a peace offering flag to Mr. Krabs. At first I thought it was just a thing enemies do to make peace, but this sounds awfully unnecessary to wave at a business rival. He was waving the peace offering almost as if he wanted to end a war. And keep in mind that this is very similar to how countries of the world use a treaty to make peace. Maybe there's something in the secret formula that could turn Plankton into a giant, kind of like the super soldier serum from Marvel Comics that were hidden from the Nazis. In season 4, episode 12, Plankton wished for one thing and one thing only: to become a giant.
My wish, nay, my command
What the fuck?
is to be taller.
Going as far as season 1, episode 15, Sleepy Time, we see Plankton dreaming to become taller. And if you think about it, the formula must have something to do with improving Plankton so that he could rule the world. When we look at Plankton's wishes and dreams, none of them relate to the Krabby Patty. He is well known as the shortest character in the sea, so it would make sense if Plankton is sick of his short stature. Plankton is the smartest creature in Bikini Bottom. We have seen his incredible inventions in the past, so it would seem like a piece of cake to construct a burger recipe better than the Krabby Patty. Height is something that is determined by genetics. No amount of money can increase your natural size, so Plankton is likely attempting to steal this recipe to become large enough to destroy his enemies such as Mr. Krabs. It seems to me that Mr. Krabs and Spongebob illegally cooked the serum and disguised it to prevent anyone from suspecting the truth. But if this is really true, wouldn't Mr. Krabs shit his pants if some authority would get to the formula? Gee willikers. I just realized there is an episode that could explain this very well. The Nasty Patty. So in this episode, the health inspector arrives to perform a food inspection. Mr. Krabs freaks out over this news. But if the Krabby Patty is the best food in Bikini Bottom enjoyed by hundreds of fish, why on earth would Mr. Krabs go through a severe mental breakdown? Many of you would say because of the hygiene and unsafe work environment. But do you really expect the Krusty Krab to be musty and risky when you have a guy like SpongeBob keeping the area spotless? That's what I thought. It's safe to say Mr. Krabs is really worried about the secret formula from being released, which could reveal all the military plans and serums. Now we know that SpongeBob had a history in the army where he was separated by his parents, witnessed a friend die, and even murdered many fish in the sea. But shouldn't SpongeBob's PTSD affect him to the point where he falls into sadness and depression? And wouldn't SpongeBob's low IQ affect his current life after the tragedy faced during the war? Well, not quite. I believe SpongeBob is trying his best to avoid his old life as best as possible and start a new life in Bikini Bottom. If you watch the movie Forrest Gump, you can see the similarities right off the bat. They both have low IQs and how friendly they are with everyone. SpongeBob shows love and compassion to all citizens of Bikini Bottom as a way to stay far away from his old life as possible. Maybe SpongeBob is secretly sad and practices stoicism to make others happier. Many veterans also include physical exercise to keep the body active and creating social bonds to keep the mind healthy. This could help SpongeBob manage his emotions and forget about the losses in his days in the military. Although there is no clear-cut information of his struggles in the past, we all know Mr. SquarePants served his country, and that is the Sponge Nam theory. Thanks for watching.
W fucking video, man. That shit was a fucking banger. I'm not gonna lie. Let's look at the comments. Banger of a video. I have to subscribe to this guy. How does he only have 72k subscribers? That's crazy. After putting in all that work for that video, well, I mean, he's making bread, bro. There's no way. 1 million views. It's a good ass video. I'm not gonna lie. If SpongeBob was a soldier with PTSD that now works as a line cook, that's about most accurate portrayal of life after service on TV. Yo, facts. I love these types of theory videos. Let's not forget, in almost every episode, he has his snail, Gary. What if Gary is actually an emotional support pet specifically trained or bred for SpongeBob himself when he discharged? Fire? That makes sense. He wouldn't be a former veteran. He would be just a veteran. Also, given that Mr. Krabs also served in a large conflict, it's not out of the question that SpongeBob was also conscripted. Going by the theory, it would be more likely that Bubble Buddy was meant to be an imaginary friend SpongeBob made, that he gave the personality traits of his deceased friend into him in order to cope with their loss. However, as it turned out in the end, Bubble Buddy was actually a full sentient. That is 100% true. At the end of the episode, I remember Bubble Buddy gets up, he puts his hat on, and he walks away. Everybody is fucking shook because he does that. I remember that. Alright, let's get right into it. So, SpongeBob done. BayBlade done. And, we did react to the Book of Enoch, which was this one. We're done with this one. Let's go ahead and watch Ed Bassmaster. Money for plasma, always test. Let's get it.
This the plasma, John?
Yeah.
What's going on, my man?
You doing that?
How does John work?
You gotta bring your ID and your social.
What if I ain't got ID?
You have to bring something that has a full name on it with your picture.
My name always Testy. I can't just tell them?
No, you can just talk to one of them.
Yeah. Do you know what they're paying right now?
For your first 5 visits, it's on it for each visit.
Yeah, I got to sign up for this shit, dog. That's a good, easy, quick, you know what I'm saying? Side hustle, you know what I'm saying, on the strength. Damn, I'm a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no faking, no fronting, because I'm always up to something. I'm always smoking that weed, either a joint or either a blunt. And if you don't like that shit, then you can walk. Oh, speaking of walk, I just smoked me a Skywalker while I'm walking the dog. Walking the dog, smoking the weed a lot. I love to smoke the weed, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Download it. We gonna put it on some shit. Yeah, they're gonna download it. We're gonna do a video for it and shit. Yeah, I got background girls dancing and shit on it on South Street and shit. Hell yeah. Shit, I can get you in it if you want to be in it.
That little is legend.
Yeah. That song hot though, right? Yeah. It's called Weedo. Look me up. I'm always testy. You want me to write it?
No. E-L.
Yep. W-A-Y-S. Like always.
Oh, always?
Yep, and my last name Testy. T-E-S. T-E. Always Testy. That's me, dog. What's your name? E-Man. Nice to meet you, my man. I'm gonna come through the plasma.
He does that shit
tonight.
so
What time they
good.
close?
We'll close at 7 today.
They close at 7? Can they do anything with a pee test? Like if I pee, if I sell some pee, they don't buy pee? No? I know some places buy urine samples.
It's in the plasma.
That's it. Yeah, when I was in Trenton, and they was paying people to piss in the cup for like, so they could give it to somebody to take a drug test, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like if they don't, like let's say you don't smoke weed and I do, and I say, yo, my man E-Money, can you pee in the cup for me? And I'll take it to the John and act like I'm peeing in it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they do that shit. That's big money right there, dog.
I didn't know that.
Hell yeah. When I first got out, was in the halfway house, I had to stay sober. I was selling my pee $100 a liter. No bullshit.
Really?
No bullshit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing it.
Then they would put it in a bag, and then they would go to the PO to take a piss test and just drain the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying? That was good money, though. So now this is the hustle right here. So I'm going to come back. They close at 7?
Yeah, we'll close at 7.
All right, dog. Appreciate you, fam.
All
right. Yo, what's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's good? What's good? What's good? How you been, Poppy? Yo, we out here, Philly.
Y'all already know with my guy.
All right, my man. Appreciate you.
Dude, this dude is such a character. This was fucking legend. I love it when Testy asked if they bought pee. I fell out. It reminded me of that one time 25 years ago working a job where they were doing pee tests, and we had a guy that had got another guy to pee in the Ziploc bag. He went in, poured it in the cup, came out, sat on the table and knocked it over. We all fell out laughing. Great job, Ed. Alright, that's enough of the comment. That shit was ass. Alright. No, the video was good. The comment was ass. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I need to take a piss. Put on a little 6ix9ine song real quick. 50 off.
Can you put some more sauce over here real quick?
I'm gonna take a piss. I will be right back. Do not leave. Do not leave. Do not leave. Do not leave. Fuck.
Yeah. Young Draco. So, you already know, nigga. Yeah. I got that new drip. Shooter pop out with the pool stick. Effing and Draco extended 30 and it's sent on my hip. 35,000 for the brand new rolling wrist. Bust out my wrist, I flex like WrestleMania. I just might go take that jet to Australia. Young Draco nigga, know I'm international. Pull up a server paint, know that no texting them. Hop in Bugatti, push it to the maximum. Young Draco nigga, I'm dripping blood, drill like Dracula. In the kitchen, in the trap with the spatula. Whipping up dope, it's looking spectacular. Bitch, 11 fell in love with a nap. 150 kids smoking dope, watching cameras. I'm sipping codeine and smoking on cannabis. Up on a private jet and I got that new drip. Shooter pop out with the pool stick. Effing and Draco extended 30 and it's sent on my hip. 35,000 for the brand new rolling wrist. Bust out my wrist, I flex like WrestleMania. I just might go take that jet to Australia. Young Draco nigga, know I'm international. Pull up a server paint, know that no texting. But listen my feet, I put it together. Young Draco nigga, I trapping it weather. He made the wrong move, you already know I'm a killer. Sliding that billy, they think I'm drug dealing. Young Draco nigga, you know I'm that nigga. I pop out the cut with my finger. Trust that nigga made $250,000. Fly through the city, a Mac Black Billy. Black Billy Z like Batman. Standing in the kitchen, I beat up the Pac-Man. Young Draco nigga, I trap with a strap, man. Pinky ring sitting on my wrist, cause a blackjack. Nigga, we dropping bombs just like Baghdad. We shooting first, nigga, no, we don't clap back. Walking the VIP, bro, nigga, back. Got 150,000 in my backpack. Walking on backwoods, rolling on dope, serving good crack. Serving the jackets and fucking the hood rats. Come to on zone, nigga, know the way I took that. Nigga fell off, ain't still ain't shoot back. Eliante got me shining for real. Run up on Draco, get popped like a pill. Made the wrong move, but this shit could get real. I went and dropped a ticket on my ear. Pour up a pint, I'm sipping lean out beer. Pull up on plug, then I disappear. BBS diamond ain't looking so clear. Bust out my roller, it's looking like beer. 150 50,000 richer meal. Someone west side in an apartment in the truck with that steel. I cannot stop till I get a billion. Stupid ass mansion with rest. I got that new drip. Shooter pop out with the pool stick. Effing and drinking, extended 30 and it's sent on my hip. 35,000 for the brand new rolling wrist. Bust out my wrist, I flex like WrestleMania. I just might go take that jet to Australia. Young Draco nigga, know I'm international. Pull up a server plane, know that I'm texting them.
You deal with Drake, the biggest rapper in the world. Drake? Drake?
Yeah. I came out the trench and my nigga was whipping, you know that I hop in that building, I'm getting it. Young nigga dressing in those good bundle. I got some bricks when they got me some money. On the block, you know I'm road running. Go get the country, I go get that money. Young nigga pull up, you know that I'm stunning. I got a bag to blow. I got a bag to blow. I got a bag to blow. I got a bag to blow.
I'm working on dying. Penny X.
Now this shit got big, this shit got big than ever. I just hopped the jet, this shit go straight to Ella. Bitch, I done got rich than ever. Now I got these woods bigger than ever. I been blocking shade, I sit under umbrellas. I'm an alien, bitch, I feel like changing the weather. I don't need talk no but no bitch, but it's smooth like butter. I been chillin' that little bitch, but I'm high as them devils. We so mad, like devils in our head. I underman every time I drop, I am. We so mad, them devils call me him. They call me God, cause I'm as high as him. I remember back when I was fucking broke. Now I'm chillin' out in South France on a boat. I can make the money come, I can make it go. Yeah, I don't need to fly, I just need to float. I don't need to laugh, y'all already jokes. Yeah, all my money flip, all my money bloats. Yeah, all my diamond shine, all my diamond motes. Yeah, I might have to go lose control. I got diamonds on my yacht, I got diamonds on my bitch. I could put money on your house, I could put money on your kids. I called them up and they could kill them, that's as easy as it get. Yeah, I'm doing laying back, plotting, I'm dropping everything, I'm dropping all these hits. Yeah, it take a lot of motherfucking money just to get here and look like this. I had to shit on them constantly so they could look at me and fear for their life. Me back when them thoughts was easy. Now shit get sleazy and it get pleasy. Yeah, I rock APs, it get fleazy. Might I'm in 3D, then I CG. I can get you dead, I can get you fried. I can kill you with no eyes open. They can cut out one of my eyes. Why? Every time I look back, they surprised. Now this shit got big than ever. I just hopped the jet, this shit go straight to Ella. Bitch, I done got rich than ever. Now I got these woods bigger than ever. I been blocking shade, I sit under umbrellas. I'm an alien, bitch, I feel like changing the weather. I don't need talk no but no bitch, but it's smooth like butter. I been chillin' that little bitch, but I'm high as them devils. We so mad, like devils in our head. I underman every time I drop, I am. We so mad, them devils call me him. They call me God, cause I'm as high as him. I remember back when I was fucking broke. Now I'm chillin' out in South France on a boat. I can make the money come, I can make it go. Yeah, I don't need to fly, I just need to float. I don't need to laugh, y'all already jokes. Yeah, all my money flip, all my money bloats. Yeah, all my diamond shine, all my diamond motes. Yeah, I might have to go lose control.
I'm working on dying. Penny X.
Got the club going up on the Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on the Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on the Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday.
Squad going up. Nobody flipping packs now. I just did 3 in a row. Them shows is back to back to back now. Put the world on a sound. You know, party in the weekend. Ain't got no motherfucking time. The party on the weekend. Tell Jello bring the juice. We about to get lit. Fill the room up with some things. One night off and this is it. Always working OT. Overtime and out of time. Shit is crazy back home. It kills me that I'm not around. I think we getting too deep. Shit I'm talking might be too true. Upstairs I got Zans in the Advil bottle. I don't take them shits, but you do. So I got them for you. I don't need the pills. I'm just gonna have another drink. And when I'm putting working on the weekend, I look back on this and think how we at the club going up
on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Working Monday night on the corner flipping hard. Made at least 3,000 on the boulevard. I've been working graveyard shifts every other weekend. Ain't got no fucking time to party on the weekend. I've been flipping in the house, making jugs on the highway. I've been riding out of state, making money like my way. I don't think that I should dance. I'm just gonna have another drink. I'm doing my stance. You know my Molly pink. I got the loudest of the loud. You know my gas stink. My P.O. think I'm in the house. Don't give a damn about what she think. Got the club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday. Got the club going up.
We got London on the track.
Whoa. Yeah, man, TIP in this motherfucker with me, niggas. To the max with it. Rex.
I count 6 shots.
Bustin' at the bando. A nigga jury real metal like a piano. I went from rad to riches to a feature with tip. I went from smart car to a bitch with some smart lips. And that if it need make my hip limp. I'm going fishing with these little bitty strip dips. And my bankroll kinda big dip. Woo. She gon' bring it on a big ship. Quite trail, no Got drugs in the alley, no tip, yeah. Woo, man. She just wanna have a good day. Smoke way more weed than the guy in LA. I hold them birds till next May. Never let them fly away. What? Aight, hey, this is what my nigga Tip say. Hey, yeah.
Don't be blowing me up, nigga, I ain't getting up. If it ain't about the money, ain't no use to you ringing my line, stop wasting my time. If it ain't about the money, nah, I can even hear what you say, I ain't finna do shit. If it ain't about the money, bitch, you can miss me with it. Bitch, nigga, miss me with it. Turn it, turn it.
I pack in 11, I pack in 11. Boom, turn it. I ran in the gator, my shoes are just 7.
What they say?
I'm slime like the Reverend, I shoot at the Reverend. Hey, bands out the grocery store, they stuff with ladies. Hey, she try make the extras, I tell on these bitches. Hey, when it's about time to pay, I'ma bill on these bitches.
What you think we in the neighborhood for? Standing at the corner store with a pocket full of dough. I be damn if a nigga wipe a hood, ho. Learned that from UGK, back a pocket full of stone. With your money down like a buck of hard folk. You playing with it, I'ma send them through your car door. My wife flooded shit sick, got Pavo. I'm doing it for black and yellow, free hard out. The head honcho, nigga, no tonto, nigga. I'm quick to put some bricks in the Bronco, nigga. Nigga talk shit while I don't respond at all, nigga. No murder, no dough, no combo. Don't be blowing me up, nigga, I ain't getting up. If it ain't about the money, ain't no use to you ringing my line, stop wasting my time. If it ain't about the money, nah, I can even hear what you say, I ain't finna do shit. If it ain't about the money, bitch, you can miss me with it. Bitch, nigga, miss me with it. Turn it, turn it.
I pack in 11, I pack in 11. Boom, turn it. I ran in the gator, my shoes are just 7.
What they say?
I'm slime like the Reverend, I shoot at the Reverend. Hey, bands out the grocery store, they stuff with ladies. Hey, she try make the extras, I tell on these bitches. Hey, when it's about time to pay, I'ma bill on these bitches. Hey,
what you think we in the neighborhood for? Standing in the trash like good blow. Yeah, made baby, you slang that crack. Ride stole the car while he bang that act. If he ever took a law, better bring that back. Catch you with your bitch, he gon' blow your brain back there. Hey, you know you better be on your bad behavior when addressing me. Because by gun, we don't let them be. Nigga, disrespect me, I'ma catch felony. For real, if you listen, I can get you paid. But not interested in shit you say. If it ain't about the money, nigga, don't be blowing me up, nigga, I ain't getting up. If it ain't about the money, ain't no use to you ringing my line, stop wasting my time. If it ain't about the money, nah, I can even hear what you say, I ain't finna do shit. If it ain't about the money, bitch, you can miss me with it. Bitch, nigga, miss me with it. Turn it, turn it.
I pack in 11, I pack in 11. Boom, turn it. I ran in the gator, my shoes are just 7.
What they say?
I'm slime like the Reverend, I shoot at the Reverend. Hey, bands out the grocery store, they stuff with ladies. Hey, she try make the extras, I tell on these bitches. Hey, when it's about time to pay, I'ma bill on these bitches.
What you think we in the neighborhood for? Standing at the corner store with a pocket full of dough. I be damn if a nigga wipe a hood, ho. Learned that from UGK, back a pocket full of stone, nigga.
But I miss my mama there. Gas in the B&B, we do this everywhere. Landlord come knocking, we don't really care. Nah, cause in the morning we'll be out of here. Whoa, and in the morning I'll be out your hair. Cause I don't really care, you know I don't play too fair. I know you're feeling down, wishing I was still around. I ain't seen you in years, girl, we ain't 17. Our love is faded in my memory. And I've been on the big and better things. Cause you got I know you're feeling down, wishing I was still around. I ain't seen you in years, girl, we ain't 17. All love is faded in my memory, and I've been on to big and better things.
Flying away, over long rainy days, hate being sober, and now this girl is all in my face. You get no love, at night we come out to play. You can't control us, and my gang about to roll up. Ooh, I'm riding with my soldiers, yeah. My double cup be pulled up, whoa. She like when I control her, These niggas hating from the other side, yeah. I tell them pull up to the west side, yeah. This ain't back then, girl, you can't stay tonight, yeah. I'm sorry, but you had to catch a flight, yeah. I met a new girl, we was getting high. It's a vibe, girl, we ain't 17, why you still acting like we tight? I blew up, now I'm famous, she tell every girl he mines. Can't let go of the past, you stuck on trying to press rewind. And that's why I'm flying away, over long rainy days, hate being sober, and now this bitch is all in my face. She get no love, at night we come out to play. You can't control us, ooh, ooh.
I know you're feeling down, wishing I was still around. I ain't seen you in years, girl, we ain't 17. All love is faded in my memory, and I've been on to big and better things. I know you're feeling down, wishing I was still around.
Codeine crazy. Yeah, pouring bubbly, pouring bubbly, pour that bubbly, pour that bubbly, pour that bubbly. We done went through too much. You hear me? Pour that bubbly. Drain that muddy, where we covered it. Yeah, I'm covered in. I was dugging it, I was just loving it. That's for the muffin lip, that's for the other bitch. That ain't for you, dog. That's for the other niggas. That ain't for you, shot. That's for that other bitch. I'm going crazy about it. I'm going codeine crazy. That's how we living it. I'm feeling lovely. I'm drinking bubbly. I'm drinking bubbly.
Take out my problems and drink out the bottle and fuck on them all, yeah. Out of my this now the carnival, this is a Royal Cartier. Young Perry, young, I get done from a grown, I can show foot around, I pull up with my rounds, I pull up out of town. I could rep to your town with them girls and them pounds, I grew up on the grounds with them dealers and hounds. We order more bottles and fuck on more models and pass them around. I say everything triple time, roll it AP, you blow triple time. I just know the ones to call upon, I just had to pay my dog a bond. Looking at me like a triple threat, every time a nigga talk a check, smoke the cushion like a cigarette, running back to hear my internet. Celebrate like the championship. Celebrate like the championship. Celebrate like the championship. Celebrate like the championship. I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you. Don't tell me you sell the bed to the moolah. I just went rid the ruler with the jeweler. I just went Sandra paying like a gooner. I
Abu Dhabi nigga straight out the sewer. Like a loaded chopper, I'm about to shoot it. I'm so fucking sick and tired of these rumors. I just dive inside a cutie with spooning. Take it back and take a look at yourself. Take the lesson, put it all in the air. Too many days gone by. Sit by the phone waiting until I reply. Dry my eyes, believe it or not. I can never see a tear falling. Water dripping on me like a faucet. I just took a bitch to eat at Chipotle. Spend another 60,000 on rolling. All my diamonds got your brain washed. She saw my nigga got my brain washed. And for that shit, you got your man pop. See what they did to Biggie and Pop. Pour a little liquor out. Pour a little more liquor out. Pour it out, pour it out, pour it out.
Codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy. All this motherfucking money got me codeine crazy.
Drowning in activist suicide. When I hit the scene, it's homicide. Diamond pick a ring, a lollipop. Fuck the hate, I pull up in the drop. Diamonds colder than the glacier. Ballin' harder than the Pacers. I've been trying to have some patience. Told my mama she should pray on it. Told the streets they gotta wait on it. She gon' put a nigga name on it. I just dropped the whole thing on it. I'm making USDs overseas. That's US dollars that you can't achieve. But my white girl, she say, nigga, please. For that white girl, she say, nigga, please. Playing poker, now we back in stroke. I forgot her name, but her pussy soaking. When I seen her on the pole. Reminded myself when I used to come over. Reminded myself when I used to get loaded. Reminded myself that I'm still getting loaded. The coupe fully loaded. This whip fully loaded. This whip fully loaded. The clip fully loaded. I try to control it. Let's pop us a bottle. Let's pop us a bottle. These niggas who bogus. Let's pour up a paint. I'ma fuck around, faint like I'm Kid Cudi probably. I fuck around, faint, I'ma fall on a drink. Rockin' tongue for it, poppin' Molly. Married to this motherfucking money.
Codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy, codeine crazy. All this motherfucking money got me codeine crazy.
You thought I forgot about us? I know that you know I don't fold under pressure. I'm back on the road, I get low on the pedal. We live by the codes of the ghetto. I'm closing this out with my memo. I'm treating this shit like a demo. I'm putting my heart and my soul in this shit and some more. I'm in that Dolce & Gabbana. I might get out the Madonna. I get it crack in the summer. Strapped in the lack in the Hummer. Front of the paint in my pocket. All this lingo got a pain is to driving. Fuck the fame, I'm sipping lean when I'm driving. All this cash in it ain't nowhere to hide it. I'm an addict and I can't even hide it. Don't you panic, panoramic companion. They was trying to serve me at the arraignment. Never coming on and never complaining. I'm taking everything that come with these millions.
Yep, looks like I lost 100% of my viewership. Makes sense though.
Oh, that bubble, train that muddy, bro, we crubbing it. Yeah, I'm covered it.
I got some habichuelas, si sabe que es eso. Si sabe que es eso. Son frijoles dominicanos, no sé por qué lo llaman habichuela, pero they're fucking bomb.
I'm going crazy.
Put like carrots and shit in
I'm
it.
going codeine crazy, that's how we living it. I'm feeling lovely. I'm drinking bubbly.
Con el arroz.
Codeine crazy. All this motherfucking money got me codeine crazy.
Basically got the fucking dirty rice. Habichuela. Arroz blanco a la verga. Alright, now we got this one video. The history of our mind control. The 80s began. The great communicator comes on
I'm a
stage.
bad little bitch and I'm snipped like a Barbie.
This song's fire. Truth unedited. Pretty good YouTuber, I'm not gonna lie. And, let's get it.
In part 5 of this series on the history of our mind control, we dealt with the 70s and the events around Richard Nixon. The 70s was a major time period in the history of our world. We saw the beginning foundations to the main catalyst that is going to reset the world and bring the change that's coming. That being the time when the United States dollar was taken off the gold standard and the world would be carefully guided into a new age where they would be changing the world. That information was important because in order to see where we are today, we had to understand the important events that got us here. Right now, currently, as we speak, the world is ditching the United States dollar. But the majority of American citizens are oblivious of it because they don't have a clue about the foundations that this country is currently standing on. The period in the 70s was the period that very much set the stage for the new world to come. And the decades that followed all were directly influenced by the 70s. But after the 80s comes, it seems that the 70s was a decade that's lost and not spoken about in great detail. When you hear people speak today, we speak about the 80s and the 90s, but many people seem to leave the 70s alone, and I believe that that's intentional. The decade of the 80s was when the mindset of the world began to shift into pure fiction, and more than ever, our lives were directed by the idiot box that was in over 95% of our homes in America at the time. Being that we are in a time period where we are speaking about selecting our next president, it is fitting that we discuss a thought that has deceived us and controlled us consistently. Believers in this world as a whole have done something very wrong, and for the most part, it's not even recognized. Many of us unknowingly have replaced our source and who we depend on, and put our lives in the hands of men and now women whom we have been given as leaders by an evil authority. Over time, we have been directed into what they want to call a democracy, and all of us all over the world have been given our minds, our hearts, our trust, and our dependency over to leaders that we believe actually are in control. It is a part of the overall mindset that is a part of the matrix that we all have been controlled by. The matrix is a very powerful weapon used by our enemy. It keeps many asleep, living in a dream world that they believe is reality. It makes them believe they have more power than they actually do. It keeps people from living through the true power that our Creator has given us and keeps us sedated and defenseless against our enemy. The office of the presidency has been a strong tool in the matrix, which keeps us tied to this system while every 4 years or so resetting our hopes and alliance to this system. It is a constant mental cycle that those that control this world have worked very hard to keep us attached to. If you followed this mind control series, you can see how they navigated the general public through their agendas by the changing of leaders. As agendas changed, so did the leaders. After the agenda of the 70s was carried out through Nixon, the rest of the 70s was not about pushing agendas more than keeping the public with hope and moving them along through the transition. The 1980s was a major decade of change, of transition. The whole function of the United States was changing in the world. It went from a manufacturing economy to a consumer-driven economy. It went from being a nation of low debt to trillions in debt. And this was not just by the government, but by the public as well. The masses became even more targeted and were given different avenues that they could be directed towards. The mind control became more diverse and the country became more segmented. This all started in the 1980s. All this change would not be possible if it were not for the biggest mental change agent presented to the world. Ronald Reagan is literally the poster child of a leader that was put in the faces of the public in order to steer everyone through the transition. He was the face of change in the world. He became the symbol of what American strength is to this day. In reviewing this series, if we do not start this decade off with understanding the transition into Ronald Reagan, we will be leaving out one of the biggest parts of the mental programming that is still leading us to this day. Ronald Reagan became the face of evangelical Christians in America. He became the roadmap of strength and leadership in America. And all this would be very powerful and inspirational if it were actually real. After we got through the 70s, now that the systems of the world were built, and America was now being led into the transition as well, they called upon an actor that already had the trust of the minds before he ever took office. The powers that be called upon and selected an actor from the genre of the Westerns when movies and televisions were the first tool to gain trust and mental dependence from the American audience.
You wanted law and order in this town. You've got it. I'll shoot the first man who starts for those steps.
They went back and cashed in on the mental program they started with, and were able to bring about a leader that would lead them through a period of hope and transition that has brought us to the very moment in time that we are in today. As we discuss mind control coming into the 1980s, we must first discuss the face of this mind control through the front man, the great communicator, Ronald Reagan. Let's begin. Okay, so we can't just jump into the 80s without understanding the conditions that led us into the decade. So again, we briefly need to start in the 70s. Like we discussed in part 5, in the 1970s, the economics of the country were very bad. This period is known as the Great Inflation of the 1970s. Inflation was like a roller coaster going up and down in the 70s. From 1970 to 1981, the average inflation rate in the United States was nearly 8% per year. In that period, there were 4 recessions. We know about this from what we spoke about in Part 5 with Nixon removing the dollar off the gold standard. There were major adjustments that the United States was going through. Gerald Ford, who we spoke about in Part 5, was just a one-term president that helped the general public move on from Richard Nixon. He lost his second campaign running against Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, who, when he came on the scene, was marketed as another change agent, someone who would bring in change. Jimmy Carter took office during a period of stagflation, which is when the economy experiences a combination of high inflation and slow economic growth, a very bad time. And that led to the Carter years. By the end of Jimmy Carter's presidency, inflation went up to 14%.
Fuck.
Interest rates went up to 20%.
Damn.
In 1979, there was an energy crisis that set the country off. Like I said, things were very bad. These are reasons why people seem to want to forget the decade of the 70s. And so, Ronald Reagan came on the scene. But we must go back to Jimmy Carter first. When he came on the scene, this is the year when Gerald Ford declared the State of the Union was not good.
That the State of the Union is not good.
This was because inflation was again a major problem of the 70s. Jimmy Carter, a former one-term governor from Georgia, came out of nowhere and announced his presidency. No one knew who he was. They chose him specifically for that reason. In the eyes of the general public, he was looked at as a political outsider, and that's what the public was looking for due to the mind control between Nixon and Ford when Ford pardoned Nixon after the scandal. Jimmy Carter was looked at as a fresh start. He also was looked at as being deeply religious. He prayed in public. He spoke openly on his religious beliefs. He was known as America's first born-again president. He was looked at as one who was going to be leading the country through a sort of spiritual redemption. As you understand this, I want you to remember that the values of the country were changing rapidly. This was at the time of the sexual revolution. Carter was used to bring back the mind control that this country believed it was actually a Christian nation. Carter brought white Protestant evangelicals in with him. Like I said, he was known as the first born-again president. And being that morals were changing so rapidly in the country from the change in culture with feminism, the sexual revolution, drugs, and just a change in overall values, the public mentally chose Carter. This was not by accident, but orchestrated. Now, when Carter was presented, Ronald Reagan also came on the scene at that time, running as a presidential candidate against Ford, but it wasn't his time yet. They let him lose to Ford because he would have beaten Carter. They used him the same way they used Nixon against Kennedy. When they introduced him, it was just to let you know that Ronald Reagan was up, but it was not his time yet. Carter beat Ford. In the eyes of the public, he was looked at in the same mind control that they keep using against us. Hope. But you must understand the backdrop. The people truly in charge knew that things were not ready to be fixed yet. The changes that Nixon brought forward with moving the dollar off the gold standard would take time to cement. It took about 15 years. Jimmy Carter was only placed in the White House to buy more time and sell more reason to have hope. This is the game they play with the role of the president. Jimmy Carter was not actually in office to fix the economy, but he was there to be the face of foreign policy.
Why did they get a Jewish
in the Middle
flag
East,
up there? What the
and
fuck?
they used his faith as a reason of
Is that like
justification
because
for
they're
this.
meeting with an Israel president?
There was war between the Arabs and Israel, and the real power in the world was shaping the Middle East for the time that we're in right now. You can read and learn all about what Jimmy Carter was said to be doing when he took his trips in the Middle East, or when he hosted a summit bringing leaders of the Middle East to the United States for a summit. This is when he was promoted as bringing Egyptian President Sadat and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem to discuss peace in the Middle East. It was at this time in 1978 they signed a peace treaty. Egypt recognized Israel's right to exist. And this whole agenda began the conflict we now have with Iran, who before all of this were once allies with the United States. Before this, Ayatollah Khomeini was an Iranian priest who was exiled from Iran living in Paris. He rejected the peace treaty and called for his supporters to build an Islamic state not dependent on the West. This was all in public view. but you will not truly understand what was actually happening behind the scenes unless you read about it from other sources. Particularly in David Rockefeller's book, Memoirs, in chapter 24, when he speaks about the Shah in Iran. When you understand the dealings that these power brokers were making in the Middle East and around the world, you will see that what you see happening in the public with our presidents is not truly what is influencing the decisions of this world. If you listen in the mainstream of how they say that the peace treaty with Egypt and Israel came to be, you can clearly see they are playing with our minds.
On one occasion when Begin was completely committed to leave, I carried some photographs of his grandchildren over. And I had found the name of all 8 grandchildren. I had written them on the photograph.
Damn, I didn't know this video was like
looked at
47
them in a
minutes
perfunctory
long.
way. And then he saw the name of his little children, whom he loved. And we started talking about our grandchildren and how the world might affect them adversely if we couldn't find peace. He changed his mind and decided to stay.
Anyways, the conflict that started with Iran created an energy crisis in the United States that brought great pains to the last years of the 70s, 1979. There was no gas and inflation skyrocketed. When you hear of an energy crisis, you may think in terms of corporations or countries in the Middle East. But that again is mind control. When you actually know and understand how this world works and who actually started the energy industry in the first place, you can understand who is really behind the crisis. Rockefeller's Standard Oil, which was later forced to split up into many different companies that are still strong today, companies like Exxon and Chevron, they dominated the energy industry around the world. You see, our mind control wants us to look at corporations in Arab nations, but this view does not allow you to see the true hand of who was guiding and directing these crises. The public expected Carter to fix these things because they did not have a clue of really how this world works. And this is the same issue that we see plagues us today. People are so mind controlled to believe that the government truly has the power to fix and change things. This is why they have been following their leaders to hell. It's mind control. Now, look at what
I
Carter
didn't know
came
this
on to
video
say.
was 47 minutes long. I might have to finish it another day. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Agent reacts to the most hilarious Reddit. Trying for baby number 2 in Miami. Wishes luck. Crazy manager versus loaf. Kevin Hart sends a warning and sues Cat Williams for what?
I just see why you're looking at that. I was shit. I had pizza last night and that shit fucked my stomach up. Oh my God. I was shitting for 2 hours.
Let's talk about it.
It's gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound like a flex, but I was at Drake's house and his chef made me a pizza. And it was honestly the best pizza I ever had in my life. And I was like, all this pizza's to die for. And then literally I was like about to die. It was crazy. Yeah. I had pizza last night and that shit.
It's a scam. Another camp. Lejuan scammer lies to me. What? Bunked and finally been canceled. What?
I just realized I'm a rookie, bro. I'm a rookie from.
I don't understand how niggas can watch this fool. Like, he can't even talk English. I can book it, boy.
No, I'm a rookie. Wait, I'm a.
Nigga, get your Chinese friends to watch you, nigga. I'm not watching
I'm
it.
a streamer rookie. I need a max. Shut the fuck up. I'm a rookie.
30K, fucking crazy.
I'm a rookie, bro. I'm a rookie from. No, I'm a rookie. Wait, I'm a. No, I'm a streamer rookie. I need a max. Shut.
I had a couple of.
I think I just lost brain cells watching this dude. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well that's basically it. I mean, looks like that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys link some videos. Like I said, I'll drop my Discord in the description. Yeah, I could drop the Discord in the description. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
I need my drugs, I need my love. Bitches pulling up in that sucker sub. I'm in that Tonka, baby, yeah, come show me love. I'm up with nobody, little bitch, I show you none. I ain't trusting nobody, little bitch, I keep a gun. If a problem come up, you know I'm not gon' run. Feel like some of the us, cause we blow up like a bomb. Roll them like a 50, yeah, they smoke them like a bomb. Baby, I said, man, all day. We just can't erect shit all day. Don't play. Baby, that's me. Baby, that's me. Yo, raise up, we gon'
Shot.
Get like this, you rich, little bitch, you pop.
It ain't been the day that I ain't talked to perks like poppin'. Yeah, they tell me that they broke, that's not my problem. Yeah, you know you pissed the gang, you know we poppin'. Yeah,
you ain't got time to play with, that's how poppin'.
Yeah,
I told my bitch I knew one need a tupper.
Bopper.
I pulled inside the slam,
I chop it up like a helicopter.
Slide in the goofy for the driveway.
Hop inside the fuck the drywall.
Holes in the wall, it fucking holes in my drawers. I don't feel the same at all, having Percocet withdrawal. No, you don't know me like you say you do, you don't know me not at all. You might catch me in the Tesla, cause it's driving, I'm not enough. Yeah, they try to show me that music, turn that bitch and turn it off. And we put up to the show, we turn that city up a notch. I need my drugs, I need my love. Bitches pulling up in that sucker sub. I'm in that Tonka, baby, yeah, come show me love. I'm up with nobody, little bitch, I show you none. I ain't trusting nobody, little bitch, I keep a gun. If a problem come up, you know I'm not gon' run. Feel like some of the us, cause we blow up like a bomb. Roll them like a 50, yeah, they smoke them like a bomb.